I'm Drew Berquist, and this is your Mammoth Nation Week in Review. The world needs a strong America. When we lead through a peace-through-strength model, so much is avoidable. But sadly, the world is getting weakness, and they're taking advantage of it. This weekend, Russian separatists fired artillery rounds at Ukrainian troops, trying to lure them into a response. This, as Putin's troops and equipment have Ukraine completely surrounded, and President Biden says he's all but certain they will invade.
As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision. We have reason to believe that.
You are convinced that President Putin is going to invade Ukraine. Is that what you just said a few moments ago?
Yes, I did. Yes.
So is diplomacy off the table then?
No. Until he does, diplomacy is always a possibility. We have reason to believe the Russian forces are planning to and intend to attack Ukraine in the coming week, in the coming days. We believe that they will target Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, a city of 2.8 million innocent people. We're calling out Russia's plans loudly and repeatedly, not because we want a conflict, but because we're doing everything in our power to remove any reason that Russia may give to justify invading Ukraine and prevent them from moving. Make no mistake, if Russia pursues its plans, it will be responsible for a catastrophic and needless war of choice. The United States and our allies are prepared to defend every inch of NATO territory from any threat to our collective security as well.
So things are getting worse over there, but while it's extremely important and could possibly lead to a more wide-scale conflict in the region, do not be distracted and forget about what is going on right here at home. At the end of last week, Special Investigator John Durham filed a new report in his probe, and it was extremely damning for Hillary Clinton, her cronies, and our government as a whole. The new filing confirmed the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate Trump Tower servers and later the White House. And while most Americans were aware of this at the time, the filing makes it far more official and damning for the Clinton team. Terrified of Trump, Hillary was desperate to establish a narrative of collusion between then Republican presidential candidate Donald J. Trump and Russia. Durham claimed in the filing that Michael Sussman, the former FBI lawyer and Clinton lawyer, had, quote, assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including a technology executive, Rodney Joffe, at Neustar, a U.S.-based internet company, and the Clinton campaign. Durham's filing said the billing records reflect that Sussman repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work on the Russian Bank One allegations, referencing fake white papers assembled by Sussman to indicate a connection between Trump and a Russian bank. The filing also revealed that Sussman and Joffe communicated with liberal activist lawyer Mark Elias, who has deep ties with Hillary Clinton. Durham further claims that Rodney Joffe had come to access and maintain dedicated servers for the president's executive office. This is a big deal, folks, as even after the election, Hillary's team was spying on the sitting president of the United States of America. So the bottom line is the Clinton campaign did in fact spy on candidate Trump, but also on President Trump and the Oval Office. So we have proof that they didn't just execute the campaign, but that they went beyond Trump's campaign and they spied on his White House. They did so by hacking into federal government's confidential servers and then using what they found to manufacture this whole narrative of Russian collusion. What gets further interesting is Joffe, who's now retired, was also paid by Joe Biden in 2020, another election year. Also, Jake Sullivan, our current national security advisor, served as the conduit at the time between Hillary Clinton and Rodney Joffe. But despite all this damning evidence, most of America doesn't know. Why? Because in the first week after the bombshell report dropped, there was a combined 2 minutes and 30 seconds of coverage on the mainstream media networks. CNN accounted for all of it, while MSNBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, and others dedicated 0 seconds to it. But don't give CNN any credit. Again, it was only 2 minutes and 30 seconds over the course of the week, and their website ran no stories on it. The elite do not want you to know about this because it changes what everyday people think about the U.S. government. It is sadly broken, folks. It cannot be trusted, and we have a lot of work to do if we're ever going to get this back on track. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. If you haven't already, join Mammoth Nation and become a lifetime member. You get great discounts on a growing list of products and services, all while shopping conservative. You're supporting American and veteran-owned businesses and keeping money and resources out of the hands of the radical left. You can use promo code DREW to save 30%. Again, that's promo code DREW to save 30%.